Yeah, you really want to know how much you're going to make in your first year as an over-the-road professional truck driver? I'm about to tell you. Oh. Yeah! Man! What's going on, YouTube? How we doing today? Just got done with work. It's been a long night. Here we go. We're driving along. 10 and 2. Oh, yeah, we're here to talk to you today about how much you could make as an over-the-road truck driver in your first year. I just hit my third year out here on the road, and it's been a hell of a ride, as you guys know, because if you watch my videos every time I post one, you follow me, you'll know that it's been a hell of a ride between going over the road to local to back to over to back. It's been fun trying to figure out what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And sometimes you gotta keep flip-flopping in order to make things work. Come on, go ahead, go. You're good, thank you. All right. And you know, it's crazy out here on the road in a truck in the industry. But let's be real. Let's cut to the chase. Your first year, okay? Here are some things you might want to consider before getting into the industry, okay? Your first year, maybe even into your second and third year, you will be paying back whatever school you went to. You know, there's different scenarios. Like for me, I was able to use my GI Bill from when I was in the Navy. I didn't have to pay for school, thankfully. But there's a lot of you guys out there that have to pay for school, like Roadmasters, and let's just use Roadmasters as my example because I don't really know a lot about the other schools out there, and I know that Roadmasters can cost you anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 depending on what course you take and whatnot. So you got to figure whether whatever company you're going to go to that has that tuition reimbursement program, they're going to be taking a pretty decent amount of your check out every week to pay that school loan back. Now, you got that's number one. Number two is how much are you going to make? Well, here, let's back up a little bit. We've kind of jumped ahead. Every recruiter you talk to out there, there's this, I don't know why they keep using this number, but even they use the number with me. You'll make about $40,000 your first year. $40,000 your first year. Well, look, let me tell you something, you guys. That all depends on you guys. And what I mean by that is that depends on a lot of factors. Number one, it depends on what company you're with, what cent per mile you're at, what account you're on, and then the big thing is how you run your truck. Are you taking a 10-hour break and then getting right back up and working again? Are you on a dedicated route where you're working Monday through Friday? Are you local? Are you over the road? Are you lazy? Are you just like, I'll wait for the next load? So the harder you work, the more money you could possibly make. Now, due to the fact that 95% of us are all on electronic logs nowadays, on average, now I know a lot of you are going to be like, I run 1 million miles a week. Look, the average in the industry right now, I looked it up, the average yearly mileage on average, I stress that word, is about 100,000 miles a year. About. A little more, a little less, depending on who you are, what company you are, how much freight, blah, 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 blah. A lot of factors. But the average number is about 100,000 miles a year if you're working that full year, non-stop. You know, if you're out there and you're doing your thing, it's about 100,000 miles a year for electronic logs, and if you're doing it legally and all that good stuff. Okay, so now you got about 100,000 miles a year. You got to take that cents per mile that you're at, add all that up, and if you're happy with that number, then come on out here. But you know, it's going to be hard your first year because you're getting used to it. You're going through training. You're, you know, especially if you're married with children like myself, it's going to be hard for you and your family to adjust. You know, you're going to be you're going to be spending money on food while you're out there on the road. So you're going to be learning what to eat, what not to eat, when, you know, there's going to be a lot of things coming into play in your first year. So please, when they tell you, yeah, you're going to make $40,000, realistically, after it's all said and done, you may make that $40,000, but after it's all said and done, it's going to be gone quick. Now, taxes. I'm just going to touch base on taxes real quick. When you do your taxes at the end of the year, you could potentially get back a lot of money in your tax return because there's a lot of things you can write off. But I learned something this year. I was in the process of getting ready to buy a house or getting the ball rolling, and my credit's good, thankfully. I fixed all that. My credit sucked a while back, but I fixed it. But anyway, so because I've been over the road for the last 3 years, you know, and I've been writing things off that I'm allowed to write off, my tax return looks like I didn't make any money, really. And it's hard to explain because I'm still having trouble understanding it. But because of that, I can't qualify for a mortgage, even though I'm making money and my credit's good. The bottom number, I guess, showed that I didn't bring in a lot of money because I wrote a lot of it off or whatever. I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But if you're thinking about buying a house, and when tax season comes up here in a month or a couple of months, don't write everything off, okay? Don't write everything off, because technically you could write a lot of things off, almost everything, and make that money back. So if you're planning on buying a house, don't write all that crap off. Okay. Anyway, so whatever company you decide to go to start out at, whether it be Werner, Swift, JB Hunt, I don't know. And like I said, some of those schools, like Prime, and I believe Knight, and I believe Stevens, all have it, and Swift, I think, does too. They have their own school in the company. You still have to pay for it, obviously, but it's all part of their plan or whatever. So, like I always said, do your homework, you guys. Figure out what's going to work best for you and your family. Do the numbers in your head. Write it down. And say, hey, is this going to work? Am I really going to be able to swing this? Because I got to tell you, as time goes by and you get through that first year, that second year, more doors will open up for you. So if you really want to get into this, you got to get through that first year. You got to get through that training. You got to be able to get through it. If you can get through it, then a whole bunch of opportunities will keep coming your way as you get higher and higher up the ladder. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm tired. Anyway, it's been a long night. I say night because woke up. Who cares? Anyway, don't plan on becoming a millionaire your first year, okay? Because there's a lot of things. For those of you that are interested in my videos and are coming into trucking and haven't already seen my older videos, go and check them out. Go into my old videos and watch how I did it. Watch what I went through, my training, everything. All the videos are there for you guys to watch and learn from, okay? That's why I did them. So, anyway, what else? Don't forget about Raven Transport's hiring event that I'm hosting next week in Texas, okay? Check out the information in the description box below. And I hope I helped you guys out a little bit today, give you some insight on what to expect. Questions, if you have them, email me below. Thanks for watching. We're out of here.